Wait.
What's up, dog?
I forgot the bats.
Gotta have our
Yay, intro.
Gotta have our
Oh, we were going?
No, I just hit
We're
record.
rolling.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another MCU review. So I am joined by
Logan. Probably didn't even hear that.
Jonah Morgan.
Jackson, aka
Jackson,
aka Chapman.
Logan, what's
Son
that?
of Jack.
Dunk University.
University.
Today we were talking about Avengers Infinity War.
So bad.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down here.
I'm afraid I'm gonna hit y'all. Infinity War, phenomenal.
Man, where to start?
Do we have anything bad?
I know you should have some nitpicks because
I like
with every
be
movie.
an
So.
yeah.
Even though the next movie gives it to us, not enough cap.
Yeah, there's
Give-
not enough
give-
Avengers in this movie, dog. They're also split up. It's cool. It's very enjoyable. I want my boys together.
I
Very
think,
Guardian.
I think it
Guardians
fits
heavy.
for having them split up because each of the stories are interesting and,
Yes.
and in some ways a lot of the stories connect with each other in some way.
Well, also, they weren't on speaking terms. The Avengers technically weren't on
Right.
speaking terms.
Depending on the
So,
members,
yeah, so it just was difficult for them to all
Right.
get
Very
together.
Guardians. Even the
Come
the
together.
cover of the movie on Disney Plus is Iron Man and Peter plus the Guardians.
Yeah.
Beater.
It's not.
Peter Parker, since there's two Peters
Peter
in this.
Poinker.
But
I think my only nitpick with this, well, honestly, it's the fact that the Avengers lose. But, like, obviously.
but it's a nitpick is like it's wanting to go into a movie
Yes,
seeing
I
it win.
like when I watched that for the first time, I was like, did the Avengers really just lose? Like,
I'll never forgive this movie for what they did to me for the next year.
yeah, I literally was like,
we'll probably we'll talk about that in a second.
I
I'll never
remember,
forgive
like,
this movie.
I was upset.
yes,
Like, genuinely upset
And
I
that's
agree.
exactly
for a month.
and that,
No.
and that is exactly what the Russo brothers intended.
yeah,
I was in
Still,
Yeah, I know.
I was in
they
the-
delivered.
I was in the theater watching this with my ex, and after it's over, my dad was sitting behind us. I turn around and I go, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah.
And I was young. And he goes, "I don't know."
I don't know.
I mean, it's not a nitpick, but it's like,
it's a nitpick as somebody who wants to see the heroes
yeah,
win.
like in 2018, that was a nitpick for me. Was, oh my gosh,
Yeah, turn around.
the
And go,
Avengers literally
No.
just lost. Like, what's gonna happen now?
Yeah,
Um,
but that's just kind of a big thing. It's just like,
Cap has the same reaction at the very end. Oh
Yeah.
God,
yeah,
because there's like, oh, they lost.
Yeah.
but I mean, just getting
We
this,
never done
getting
this
this
before.
straight out of the
Oh,
way. Thanos is the main character.
Yeah, Thanos is
This movie
phenomenal.
focuses on him the most. He is an incredible villain. He's my personal favorite villain
Thanos.
in the MCU.
He's sick.
And
Josh Brolin's that guy.
and he wins.
Yeah.
He wins.
He dominates.
And
He,
he's
he,
got a
no,
point.
and it's not close.
Yeah. And especially once he got
Time.
Once
the time
he got
stone,
it
it
was
was
like,
over.
It made you think, oh, he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Once he gets reality, really.
Yeah, because I
And-
remember when I went into this movie, the trailers only had him showing with 2 stones. The poster only has him with 2 stones. So I'm thinking, oh, he's not going to complete the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And then he got the reality stone, and that occurred to me like, wait, is he going to get all the stones?
The
in
only
this
time,
movie?
only
And
time
does.
he almost loses is ruined because Star-Lord's an idiot.
Yeah.
Gosh, that made me so mad.
2018.
Oh,
made
Star-Lord's an
Star-
idiot like 2 or 3
Do
times.
you
in this
feel
movie.
like that tracks with his character?
Yes,
You think so? Okay.
and I hate it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, but
When I was in the theater, someone like a couple rows in front of me got up and goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like
and
genuine.
and sits down and goes,
anger.
"What is that?"
Yeah.
I think Thanos is just so brilliantly written as a character.
Oh,
You talked about during the movie the CGI for
Oh my
Thanos.
God.
I can't imagine.
Because I'm sure this movie took them forever to do because literally that's not a human playing Thanos. It's a CGI the entire time, and
It's impressive.
And it's so well
They
done.
probably
and it
do.
makes it all the more impressive when you realize this movie started shooting last time I checked in 2017,
Yeah.
a year before this movie came
And
out.
like, yes, there's like things such as like mocap where you can capture movements, but it doesn't capture your face,
Right.
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons why Thanos is so good.
They
in
do
this
have
Keeps on
technology for
They-
that.
yeah.
They have like these weird like face things.
I wanna hold
Bats,
something.
He
he's
felt
got
left
a-
out.
lightsaber.
But also just like his dialogue throughout the movie. One of y'all said something like feels like he's
Ultron.
Ultron.
He's philosophical.
Yeah, philosophical.
very
That's the word I was thinking.
philosophical.
Like,
But he feels like Ultron, but he's not because Ultron's comedic. He's not comedic
oh,
whatsoever.
I bet if you try to make a joke with Thanos, he would just grab you and choke you.
It wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Choke
it
you
just-
like, oh, yeah. That's another thing is when Thanos is introduced, he establishes how much of a threat he is because the kill count at the beginning of this movie,
Immediately, like
He does not
like,
hesitate to
like
take
1,000.
he like what he does to Hulk makes him not want to come out for the rest of the movie.
What he does to Hulk
Kills
without
Heimdall.
any of the stones.
He has the Power Stone. He doesn't use it.
Doesn't use it.
Yeah.
He kills Heimdall. He kills Loki.
I'm surprised he didn't just take off the gauntlet right there and just like.
Yeah, he's just by far the most powerful villain, I think, in just
Probably.
cinematic, not just Marvel cinematic, just cinematic universe.
Besides, like Vader.
Yeah, I'm choosing Thanos over Vader.
beats Thanos.
I think that-
Oh, that's a debate right there.
With all the Infinity
We need to
Stones,
we need to
Thanos
have that in one of you. In
That's
one of
a
you.
debate
That
right
needs to be
there.
a tournament in one
Check
of
out
your
the Man to
videos.
Man podcast. We'll not debate that.
Hey.
Oh, but
Now I can
Yeah.
actually now I can link your channel because with you uploading those podcasts.
yeah,
With Infinity
Like,
Gauntlet,
below.
yes, he wins, but without, no,
I
Wanda.
didn't want to just be like, haha, those are mine. Just pull them out.
Wanda at full pissed off strength solos Thanos. Thank you. Have a good day. She does it in Endgame
Exactly.
until she is about to kill Thanos in Endgame
And then he
until
cheats
it's
again.
until it's stopped by his ship.
Because he cheats
It's
again.
stupid. I
Because
hate it.
he's
She would have murked him.
in this movie we see her kind of get defeated for the first time.
And after this, she's like, all right.
This
I'll
movie-
lose
is
again.
this the only time Wanda gets defeated?
This movie makes Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. from
This
what I-
movie, I
Yes.
would agree.
Because it's after this movie that she's like, all right, I'm not losing again.
I think another thing that we kind of mentioned during the movie is that this like is such a memeable movie.
Oh my gosh,
But
this
honestly-
movie made so many
But
memes.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you want a movie to be top tier, you need that. Think about Batman on TikTok after Batman
Yup,
came out.
trend.
You had trends of just guys in the classroom just staring and
Yeah.
playing. There's something in the way. And in this movie, you have all the Thanos memes. You have all the
That's a good point. All the
Like-
best movies are the ones with the most.
yeah,
the ones
exactly.
that get
If you
memed.
Revenge of the Sith.
if you get memes, exactly. If you are a
Revenge-
memeable
Revenge of
movie,
the Sith is
People
the
are gonna love
most
the movie.
memeable.
but not in a sense. There's different like a memeable movie. Like okay, this movie sucks. Let's make it.
There-
a meme
yeah.
out of it. This is a
Morbius.
memeable. Exactly. This is like a okay. This movie is phenomenal, and here's some funny things. Not funny things, but out of context.
We're
they're
gonna
funny.
take this,
Yeah.
like this scene and put it out of context.
Because
Like,
Revenge of the
I mean,
Sith.
a lot of things.
Yeah, Revenge of the
Revenge
Sith.
of
a lot
the
of
Sith.
a lot of things like that Thanos says, like all the philosophical things. It's like here's a meme.
Yeah.
Here's a meme format.
That's a template waiting to happen.
Exactly,
That's a
yeah.
meme template
So-
waiting to happen.
Perfectly balanced.
Yeah,
One of my other favorite parts about this movie, which we touched on before,
Iconic
is
line.
the amount of characters that are in this movie. This movie does such a perfect job of giving a balance.
Yes,
You get
it-
just as much
yeah.
Guardians as you do Avengers.
You get a lot of characters without feeling overwhelmed.
It does it so much better than X-Men Apocalypse.
That's why I moved that, so I didn't crush it with the bat.
but I would agree with Christian. Like each character kind of got either some sort of storyline or some sort of dialogue.
Iron Man does get the most.
Like, of course, because it's Tony.
Yeah.
But he gets a lot more than Cap does, but Cap gets a lot more than yes he does.
Thor.
And well, like between
I think it's between.
but
those two.
between Iron Man and Cap is what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cap gets a lot less, but he gets a lot more in Endgame than Iron Man does. So I'll give that a pass.
Also, all of them contribute to one of the greatest fight scenes in
gosh,
the Wakanda
yes.
fight scene.
Yeah, with what you were saying, the entire final act of the movie,
Yes.
starting with the battle in Wakanda, and then it sort of transitions into Thor making Stormbreaker, and then Thor giving us the best superhero entrance of
Facts.
any movie.
and the
Facts.
best costume of any Marvel hero in MCU
Whoa.
history.
It's good.
It's a solid take, and I can approve it, because that's another
Hey,
thing.
I got an approve. Let's go.
Because I mean, it's not my favorite costume in all of Marvel, but it's like it's his best youth outfit by far.
Oh, well,
it's so good.
No, but there's a lot of Black Panther in the start of the fight scene, but I could use more Black Panther. I'm coming off of the Black Panther
Oh,
movie.
yeah,
I
I'm
could use a
rolling on
little
the
bit more
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther.
I mean, he's iconic. Wakanda Forever is in this.
That's-
He
that's
gets
what
a
I
good
love.
amount in Endgame too, doesn't he?
A little bit.
He
Yeah.
gets he has the Infinity Gauntlet for a little bit. He gets a good amount, but I could
he gets
I
it
could
and
use
he has
more.
to spike.
I could use more.
But that's another thing with what you just touched on. I love the costumes in this movie.
They're all
I,
good.
I really don't think
Very
there's a
good.
single
Except
costume
Widow's
that
hair.
Stop.
I don't like Widow's hair.
Yes.
The disagreement
Except
is
Florence
strong
Pugh
in this
looks
one.
Ah.
like that. Except Florence Pugh looks really good like that.
The red short looks better than blonde short.
Okay, I would agree.
Okay,
I just
there we go.
okay.
Not bad.
Listen,
Here,
yeah,
let me take that
Yeah, I
back.
was about to say Scarlett Johansson can never look bad.
No, yeah,
She
I
could
agree.
have
That's not
pink hair with spikes in it and still would look very good.
pink hair. I know.
It's
Hunter would
just,
just think that's.
but I guess
would
me.
be into that.
I guess
right?
me and Logan will go ahead and talk about how good Chris Evans looks in
Dude,
this
bearded
The long
Chris
hair
Evans.
grew on me. The
long hair, beard.
I've always been torn between like this Chris Evans and like Chris Evans and Knives Out, where he's clean shaven, short hair, cardigan. Yes, father.
Cardigan.
But I've always been torn. But this movie elevates the beard.
I will
the
just
beard.
say-
I love how it looks.
Yeah.
Who rocks the beard better, Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans?
Evans.
Evans.
Here's the thing: we are 4 straight men here, but
If you don't think that
if
Chris
you don't
Evans
think
is
that Chris
attractive-
Evans doesn't look hot in this movie, you're just wrong.
You're
You're
just not
simply
straight.
incorrect.
You are frail and you're masculine.
Yeah, you're
and you're
simply.
not.
I know that I am
That's like
straight.
the whole thing. That's like the whole thing with like if a guy does not think that Ryan Reynolds is attractive, he's not straight.
But Jonah did bring up a valid point. How Cap did not get the most in this movie, but at the end when he
His
grabs,
parts that he has are really cool though.
Yeah.
the parts that he gets, especially the part where
He's just.
he
there
grabs
to-
Thanos' goal, and
yeah.
even Thanos is like, excuse me, what?
His best part of the movie is when he catches that staff that
His
what's her
introduction.
name?
Pro-
Proxima Midnight.
Yep.
That she throws because like if you look at the silhouette, you're like,
One of
who's
those
that? And then he like,
black or-
and then he does the most Captain America thing ever. He sidestep catch.
Yeah.
So cool.
He'd be an elite wide receiver.
Facts.
Yeah, back to time what we're talking about at the end of the movie, with it going from
I want Strange
like
to
Thor arriving and then starting in the Battle of Titan, and you see at the beginning of the fight on Titan, they start getting the upper hand, and
Yeah.
then obviously Star-Lord kind of screws that up.
Screw you.
But
Star.
I hate you.
But
Like,
we
hate
talked
you.
about it while the movie's going on. If Star-Lord doesn't do that, you don't
We
get
don't get
Endgame.
it.
Exactly.
So-
And that's
It-
why he did it. He
Roll
goes-
credits.
He goes, come on, we gotta get one more movie out of this, y'all.
Guys, we got it
And
off.
was it the most successful movie of all time? Yes.
Hey, someone knock out Star Lord. Oh, thanks. Roll credits. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my gosh. But I just think the fight scene in Wakanda and Titan, both very, very good. You see,
And you get a good sense of like
I like
how
the
much
Wakanda
tension
one.
there is
Yes.
in both of them. Because I mean, in the Titan one, you get cases where like you get occasional one-on-one battles, like
Yeah.
a 1v1 with Strange and Thanos, and then the 1v1 with Tony and Thanos when he got
When they
stabbed.
both
My heart
kick-
stopped.
yeah,
when they
heart
both
stopped.
kick each other's ass.
My heart
Heart
like,
stopped.
It's terrifying.
It was terrifying because like you think it for the first time, it's like oh my,
Oh my
god,
gosh, he's gonna die.
He's about to
That's
die.
what
Yeah.
And then Strange kind of contradicted me and said earlier where he
It was a jump scare too because it's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he just as soon as he breaks it up, I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh.
That's
Because
when he knew.
Because Strange earlier
He
in the movie
effed up.
said, I will not hesitate to let you die if it's to protect the time stone. Then here he is giving up the time stone.
So
because
like-
the one thing he
yeah.
saw was Tony was,
Dude, he had
was
to-
gonna
let's talk about that. So, do we agree with Strange?
Oh,
giving
yeah.
up time. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
He had to.
But
yes, he's the one.
here's the
outcome.
con
But he
to
did
it.
he check all the outcomes though.
Yeah,
He said already
exactly.
checked.
So now you give Thanos the fifth stone. I mean, is it a win? I mean, yes, we see in Endgame it becomes a win, but I mean, you suffered the blip, which we can talk
So-
about.
so the people-
I'm forever calling
So
it
the
a snap.
people in the
We'll call it
multiverse,
snap.
the people in Multiverse of Madness are right in saying that Doctor Strange is the biggest like threat to the multiverse because he's the one that gives Thanos the Time Stone, which makes Wanda go insane, which breaks the multiverse. So he's the cause of it. Yeah.
Talk to
Yeah,
him.
and the pure contrast you get when it's the end of the fight in Wakanda, where it's like there's fewer people on Titan and they're holding their own against Thanos. Thanos gets to Wakanda, he's walking through everybody.
He walks
He's
through
walking
everybody
through
except
people.
Cap.
Except Cap.
He walks through Cap eventually, but like
because he
And
underestimates
I mean,
Cap.
technically Thor.
because he
didn't-
right
did.
hooks the
True,
crap
but it's
out of
like
Cap.
everybody on Titan was putting up a decent fight against Thanos.
Yeah.
Whereas Wakanda,
Yeah.
Cap
Where was Thor the
So here's
entire
also-
time
he
they
was
were?
destroying the ships.
So
Hey, I'm doing something more important over here.
also the scene where Bruce is in that big suit and all of them are like they're all getting attacked and they're like there's too many of us, and that was a perfect time to bring in Thor because like honestly you're thinking
You're so screwed.
like I think we're screwed like
Yeah.
No, because they're all getting messed up.
Yeah,
Because
they're
Cap gets messed up. Black Panther's getting
because there's just
swarmed.
more and more monsters just
They're
non-stop
both
coming.
yeah. They're
And
all,
then-
all three of them are getting swarmed.
I remember
then
when this
Thor
movie
just-
came out, a lot of people saw those monsters and their first thought was like,
Oh, they're terrifying.
Because that's like
They're
there's
scary.
just-
What are they?
They're Demogorgons from Stranger Things.
Demogorgons.
That is kind of they have like four or 6 arms.
Yeah.
I was seeing a lot more comparisons made to the Venom symbiote with those things.
They remind me of Xenomorphs from Alien.
Yeah.
I think we can discuss. I think we should debate which stone is the most important one.
Time.
Time.
Time is the most powerful one.
Reality is also.
I was gonna go reality
Insane.
because
Yeah.
the
He
scene,
could've beat all of them with
where
reality.
Gamora thinks she kills Thanos and then
Screw
boom,
you.
That's
reality.
crazy.
That's
Yes.
why I think it's the most important.
And you.
And I
Oh, you
think
mean like most powerful? Or like
I guess most powerful.
But the thing is, because you
Most
see the reality
That's right.
stone. The
Yeah.
reality stone, like when it creates things, they're real because it creates those bats, and
Yeah.
they like they swoop up Iron Man. They're real. Like they're in like the things that the reality
Yeah, Iron
stone
Man
makes
gets
are
two, Iron
very
Man gets,
real.
Iron Man gets hit by 2 attacks back to back that just send him flying.
Moon.
But
Throw
I mean,
all
You have Thanos chucking a moon at him.
yeah.
That was nuts.
If
You throw another moon at me, and I'm gonna.
I'm
lose
gonna lose
I
it.
always love that this is a consistent thing with this movie Endgame, is anytime they're using, or I guess Thanos is using the gauntlet, when he does something, you can see the certain
it glows.
stones
That is really cool.
light up.
That's a good effect.
Like depending on what he's using,
Yeah.
like if he's doing something with the reality stone or the
Sometimes
power stone,
multiple
you'll
glow
see
at the
both
same
of them
time.
glow.
Like there's one time you see the soul and the power stone light up when it's all of those Doctor Strange.
Another detail, I
Yeah.
saw this in a TikTok. The more stones he's using, so if you see a scene where like 4 of them are lighting up,
Are they on his veins or something?
his veins are
His
glowing.
veins, yeah.
He's straining
Because
more.
when he gets all of them, the veins
yeah,
will, like go
like
up.
he's straining
Yeah.
more, physically straining.
Some of you kind of
The
see when
details in this
Some of
movie.
you see when he's about to kill Tony because all
Yeah.
4 of them are glowing. There.
Yeah, the details in this movie are just
Yeah.
outrageous.
Another
I mean, they
big
had, like,
thing that
an
was just like a
entire
jaw-dropping
city
moment
going on.
was when they go to Vormir to get the Soul Stone, which is the introduction of that stone.
Gamora-
And Thanos kills Gamora.
Gamora
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
what was coming to her. She
She
starts
started
like
getting cocky.
she starts clowning on Thanos. And he's like,
It's like
Sorry,
about-
little one.
It's like did that just happen?
Oh my gosh.
Kobe, stay away. Kobe.
It's like, wait, did that just happen? And yeah, it did. It's
He's right behind me, isn't he?
and it's just it was insane. And then like I said, well before we get to like the very very end, is there anything else throughout?
I like the first fight scene with Ebony Maw and Big Boy.
Co-Obsidian, yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
fight in New
I
York.
like that first fight in New York a lot because
Yeah,
Doctor
true.
Strange is my dad, as we know.
I
So there's
love this Iron Man suit up, and I love this.
there's a lot of comedy because it's Iron Man,
Yeah.
and then like
When then Peter come in.
and then
also.
Peter comes in and you see like there's the fight scenes are good. There's a lot of like coordination between Iron Man and
Yeah.
Peter, and it's
Yeah,
good. I like
which it fits. But yeah, I love the Mark 50 Iron Man suit. It's one of my personal favorites because it's nanotech. So
Pretty sick,
yeah, it looks
nasty.
really sick.
And then he gives Spidey a banana.
the Iron
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Iron
That's the
Spider,
first-
which which we saw in Spider-Man: Homecoming, and this is where we
Yeah.
finally get to see him
See it
use
in
it.
action.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty
while it does get a
bold.
bit overused in later movies,
Yeah.
I mean, it
it's-
made sense if he's gonna be fighting Avengers level threat. He needs
And
an
it's-
Avengers level suit.
That's
here
right.
it works. Something in like Far From Home, why are you wearing it to a press conference?
And
Yeah.
it's so funny that he gives the Spider-Man suit, Iron Spider, a parachute. War Machine? Nah.
Yeah, and not even Iron Spider. He did
No.
the same thing in Spider-Man: Homecoming of getting that suit.
Maybe that's
He-
why he gave him the
Exactly.
parachute.
I think that's why.
Ooh.
But when does he make the Iron Spider suit? You have to think about that.
after
Civil War.
because it's after he met.
He's like,
Spidey.
It was after he met
I
him.
better put this in.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh,
But
this is
you don't
important.
think like he should have thought of that.
I guarantee you,
Hey.
every single suit that
Hey,
he
what
makes
if
from
the
now
suit
on
stops
has.
working?
'Cause the
has
thing is-
that.
The thing
I bet he had a parachute.
Because the thing is,
I bet he's got a parachute.
Because
I
here's the
bet.
thing: in Civil War, he wasn't fast enough to get the roadie. So what did he do in this movie? Made the nanotech combine to one giant thruster and
Yeah.
shot to this. It's just. And in this movie, when he uses the shielding and
Let's
Thanos'
just say
Power Stone,
he has
it
a
starts breaking
hologram.
apart.
He has a
So what he's
hologram
doing
shield in
in-game,
game.
make a holographic shield.
Mm.
He
Talk
learns.
to him.
He learns.
Tony's just a genius.
Yeah, like kind of like what we said, all the different journeys that all the heroes go on, and because we kind of already talked about like the stuff with like that Tony goes on, like and then meeting the Guardians, all of Caps and all of his stuff on Earth, and then you have Thor. Like this movie really shows
be a door.
he's Thor's put through it in this
Thor's-
movie. Like,
Yeah, he has.
like every movie he's put through something. Like first movie he's banished, second movie loses his mother, third movie.
Oh no,
loses his
he's the
father.
Avenger that goes through the most, I think.
He's definitely.
I mean, because he's lived for thousands of years. It's not.
Wanda's been through a lot too, but not Thor's level.
Oh yeah, Thor's been around for thousands of years, so who knows what else he's gone through.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have all that, and then the very, very end of the movie.
The snap.
The snap.
Everyone that meets Thor just dies.
Snappy.
And like this movie does something like you just don't expect, because like you should have gone for the head, Thanos snaps.
Yeah.
And what you expect is like you went into this movie, like I know I went into this movie like, alright, there are two characters I'm almost positive are gonna die. I went in expecting Vision to die, which he does twice. And I went into this movie and honestly expecting Cap to die. I had this.
There's no way you couldn't
Number
kill
one.
Cap. You
I
couldn't
thought
do
Iron
that.
Man was gonna die.
Here's the thing. That's what I went into Infinity War thinking. So I came out and I was like, because I was like, expecting at least an original Avenger to die. And no, the original Avengers are some of the only people that lived at the end of this movie. Most of the new heroes are dead.
Give me my Hawkeye. I know he's like retired
I've
technically.
seen a meme
Give
about
me him.
that. I've seen a meme about that where it's like
Give me
Avengers 1 win with Hawkeye, 2 win with Hawkeye, 3 lose without Hawkeye, 4 win with Hawkeye.
It's like
They
it's
win
like
every single time
It's
he
like a
passes.
plus minus in basketball.
His plus minus is nuts. His plus minus is
but then
insane.
but then the picture is like a cat on like a post. And it's like, I see no god up here other than me, and that's Hawkeye. What you don't expect is like the original Avengers to be some of the only people that are left, and it's true. Like Black Panther gets dusted,
All 6 are left.
Star-Lord gets dusted, Spider-Man gets
And
dusted.
for
I'm
the-
sorry, that one hurt the most for me.
And then
It drags on too long. Groot hurts the most.
And I think that's why, because it dragged on the most.
But-
there was some theory that like the reason it took him the longest was because like he had like his spider sense, which is like,
telling you, yeah.
telling him, yeah.
And I think the snap just creates such a good build up for
Oh yeah.
in game, like
Because the movie ends.
yeah,
so
you're
it's
thinking
just like,
you're thinking like, okay, they're all gonna come back, right? Like that's not the end.
And they
of-
don't until literally like the last like 20
Yeah.
minutes of the movie.
And it's such a good lead up
And
to
also
Endgame.
in this movie, whenever they first, who's the first person? It's Bucky.
Bucky's the first one
It's
to go.
Bucky, and then they keep going with the scenes. And you're like, oh my gosh, who else?
Yeah.
And who else?
Like it goes to him. Then
It
goes
keeps
to, like,
going. It
half
keeps
the
going. You're like,
people-
oh my
you
gosh.
don't, you don't get much time to process.
You don't
It
get
just
much time to
happens,
process. You're
and
like,
then
oh,
ah.
oh, him too.
Yeah, it's like Bucky, and then it's a bunch of people on the battlefield. Then it goes to Panther. Then it goes to
Oh, Panther.
Groot. Then
Dove.
Wanda. Then Falcon, and then it goes to Titan, when it's like Mantis, then Drax, then Star-Lord, then Strange, then Spider-Man.
Hey, that's impressive that you remember all that,
Yeah.
bro. That's impressive.
It's not something you expect. And then it's like the movie ends in such a somber note.
Then
like, barely
Fury.
any music.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
and,
ends
then,
with
and the post-credit scene with Fury and Hellgang snap,
Yeah,
and then leading up to
right.
like, oh hey, Captain Marvel's coming.
yeah.
It was a good post-credit scene for setting up that character. Execution, but
No, I think it was sick. I mean,
It was sick.
it ends on such a somber note.
and then the
just a
post-credit
fade
scene,
to
and the
black.
post-credit scene gives you a bit of hope.
Yeah. You ready for ratings?
I believe so.
Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay.
This movie sick nasty.
I declare these.
I declare these sick nasty. Yeah, I mean, really, there's not much to say. It's incredible.
Are you gonna give the same thing I am?
Probably.
That's gonna be another back-to-back.
I don't quite like this as much as my top tier, which is
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Say it right now. High
I
five me, brother.
freaking love Age of
High
Ultron. I
five me,
will live
brother.
by that movie. I don't
I
care if
love
people think
Age
it's the
of
worst one.
Ultron.
It's my favorite. Age of Ultron.
We both.
Winter
like that.
Soldier's obviously my favorite.
Panther.
Panther, and then Civil War. It's so up there. It's not quite up there with my favorites, but it's like my top like 3, which is Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Black Panther at the moment.
Age of Ultron, because you gave that a 9.6.
That's true, I did.
Top 4.
Man, I hate Black Panther not being in my top 3 because I'm still rolling off that movie. It's so good. But yeah, that is correct. But it's right up there. I'm gonna give this one a 9.4.
Oh, give me a high five right now, brother, because that's what I was gonna give it.
Okay, good. I'll just edit a 9.4 over the both of you.
Okay, so
That's fair.
I went into when we watched the first Iron Man. I said I'm gonna give out 3 10s for all of the MCU, and then I took it down to 2. This was the one that got taken off.
Yeah, I do that.
Because I've already given out
Yeah.
my 2 10s, which is Winter Soldier and Avengers 1.
Yeah.
This because I just rewatched and I realized just how much I love those movies, and I'm like, I don't like Infinity War as much. That's not to say this is bad. No, this is some of the peak of cinema. Just I like some other stuff more,
Yep.
including
Yep.
Pan.
Panther.
Okay, my top 5 is Avengers 1 is first, Winter Soldier is second, Age of Ultron is 3, Black Panther is 4. This is 5. So
It is
so with
top
that,
5.
I'm giving this a 9.4. It's still peak of it's still pissing me off. This movie made me so mad for a year,
Yeah. And when a movie can make
and it's
me,
great.
when a movie
Yeah.
can make me genuinely emotional, I'm like, yeah, this is good cinema.
Oh, I was close to
Yeah.
tears. I
I was
didn't
just angry.
because I'm a man.
I was just angry.
Christian, go ahead.
Okay. So I will stand by. I personally think this is the best movie in the MCU. Is it now? Like No Way Home might still be my favorite for bias reasons, but in
That's
terms of just like how this movie is, just how this movie
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
is just. I think all of this movie is done so incredibly well.
They do.
That's what I was gonna say. Is objectively, this could be seen as definitely the best.
That's
and
my
I
opinion.
will not tell you you're wrong.
I personally think objectively this is the best. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of say it's a tie, honestly, between this and Winter Soldier. I put them as like
Oh,
a
I thought
tie.
you were gonna say No Way Home.
Nah, Winter Soldier is easily a better made movie than No Way Home. But Infinity War, yeah, this is another one of my 5. It's a 10 for me. It's just like I love the movie. It's just so good. There's nothing I genuinely like just don't like about it, and it's
Star-Lord.
even now I get behind it because Star-Lord's human. Like pretty much
50%.
So
yeah. This is my final 10 in the MCU, and I stand by it. I will stand by it. I think this is the best movie in the MCU.
Validity?
Jackson.
So, I am on the train of that this is better than Endgame.
Thank you.
And Endgame is phenomenal. But if I'm ranking MCU movies, I'm probably going. I'm not gonna put No Way Home in this because it's recent. I don't know. I guess
That's
I could.
fair.
But in terms of like movies,
Infinity Saga.
okay, and yes, Infinity Saga. I'm going before Endgame, like everything
Right.
before Endgame.
Endgame before.
Yeah, I'm going Infinity War, Civil War, Endgame. That's my 3.
Yeah, you
That's
are
your top
Civil War. Yeah.
That's my top 3 is probably Infinity War, Winter Soldier, and then probably it's like a tie between the first Avengers and Civil War.
Iron Man tree.
With this being probably my favorite, actually, Endgame and Civil War are so close for
Are
me.
you gonna give out another 10?
I'm not gonna. And it's not a 10. It's not
Hey!
a 10. It's not a 10.
What if you give it a 10?
Batman, Spider-Man, No Way Home. That was recent.
That was very recency bias. If I had, I'm
I
still getting
give
Batman.
like a
I'll still get Batman.
I rechanged my score from Civil War to a 9.6, so I'm gonna give this a 9.8, solely based on the fact that
It makes me angry.
it makes me angry because of me in the theater in 2018. I was pissed that they just lost.
Star-Lord.
And so, if I'm going with my initial gut reaction to the movie, I'm thinking, wow, that was phenomenal.
The Avengers don't lose Star-Lord.
I could give it a 10 if they won. But
I give it 10
Even with them losing, I still give it a 10 because like it's their first time losing. It keeps it's like such a nice change of pace to show that heroes don't always win.
Yeah.
That's why Empire Strikes Back is one of the most well-received movies of all time because they lose.
Yeah.
Can lose.
So, but yeah, so that'll do it for our review of Avengers: Infinity War. Next time is going to be quite a different kind of movie compared to what we just talked about because next time is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
What's next?
I need to rewatch that. I feel like it'll improve.
It's okay.
I just forgot a lot
The
about
next
it.
2 movies are okay.
Eventually, is also another fine movie.
It's a huge drop off.
It's
Right.
And they fix your hair in this movie, so
They
that's
do.
nice.
It looked like a Lego piece. Yeah, you're totally
It
right.
literally looked like the villain from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Kate Blanchett.
Jackson over here, like I didn't know this existed.
nope.
So yeah, be sure to stay tuned next time for that. And there is a good chance that some of the MCU reviews might be put on hold because with me at 96 subscribers, who knows if end up getting 200 before we finish.
I'll get my goldfish to subscribe. I got you.
Goldfish.
The current plan is still to do Armored Adventures for the 100
Sit up
subscriber
and down my
special,
shoulder.
which I have binged that show. I need to get back to binging it. But I have like 10 episodes left. Are you guys have you guys started it at all?
No.
Are we supposed to?
Were we supposed to?
I'm at 96, so you might want to.
How much show is there?
There's 2 seasons, 26 episodes per season.
How long are the episodes? Like 20 minutes?
20 minutes, yeah.
I'll binge.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you guys thought of Infinity War down below.
Yeah, do that.
Check out Jackson's channel for
Let
the
us
Man to
know.
Man podcast that come
Check it
out
out.
weekly. And
These guys might be on it pretty soon.
Hey, dude, I'd love to, bro.
That's right.
I'd love to.
thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.